Kumph-E'S here, and today I am doing a new conference game and record predictions. This episode is for the ACC, aka the conference. If you don't get what that means, it is the PU Stinky, the worst conference, dog shit conference in the entire FBS level. The ACC, in case you don't know, is the Atlantic Coast Conference. It is also, if you could change it up to being the ASS, also known as ASS. It is the ASS conference. It is legitimately the worst. It has the level of like good teams as the SEC and Big Ten, but it has the team like talent level of the Big 12. So it's legitimately the worst you could possibly get. The only team that's carrying it to any sort of relevancy and any sort of national contendership is Clemson, but even then, they're not even as good as they once were. But anyway, I just had to get out my opinion on the ACC and the correct opinion on the ACC out there real quick. It is by far the way the worst power conference. But let's get through the ACC quickly. Let's start with Stanford versus Hawaii. Give me Stanford. Let's move on to East Carolina versus North Carolina State. This could actually be very, very interesting, but give me NC State to actually win that. Elon versus Duke, easy. Wake Forest versus Kennesaw, easy. Georgia Tech versus Colorado. If you saw my Big 12 video, I'm going Georgia Tech there. Duquesne versus Pittsburgh, give me Pittsburgh. Tennessee versus Syracuse, give me Tennessee. Fordham versus Boston College, give me Boston College. Louisville, give me Louisville. Give me Alabama against Florida State, easy. Coastal Carolina versus Virginia. What do I have? I'm giving Virginia that win there. LSU versus Clemson, give me LSU that game. SMU versus East Texas A&M. East Texas A&M, the school for the blind and deaf. Give me SMU to win that one. California versus Oregon State. Give me Oregon State to win that one. Oh, shit. Give me Oregon State to win that one. South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. Give me South Carolina. South Kakalaki. We have Notre Dame versus Miami. Give me Notre Dame to win that one. Tennessee versus North Carolina. Give me TCU. My bad. The team that's actually going to win the Big 12 versus North Carolina. Give me TCU to win that game. Moving on to week 2. We start off with James Madison versus Louisville. I like James Madison, but I think Louisville is in a very good place right now. Give me Louisville. Illinois versus Duke. Give me Illinois. East Texas A&M, again, the school of the blind and deaf versus Florida State. You're actually going to not start off the worst team. You're going to start off 1-1, Florida State. Virginia versus NC State. Give me NC State. Central Michigan versus Pitt. Give me Pitt. Baylor versus SMU. If you saw the Big 12 video, I got Baylor. UConn versus Syracuse. Give me Syracuse to win that one. West Carolina versus Wake Forest. Wake Forest starting off 2-0. Wow. Troy versus Clemson. Give me Clemson. Gardner-Webb versus Georgia Tech. Give me Georgia Tech. Texas Southern versus Cal. Cal, you get the win there. Bethune-Cookman. Miami wins. North Carolina versus Charlotte. North Carolina. Boston College versus Michigan State. Actually, give me Michigan State. Vanderbilt versus Virginia Tech. Give me V-Tech. And Stanford versus BYU. Give me BYU to win that one. NC State versus Wake Forest. Give me NC State to win that. Colgate versus Syracuse. Give me Syracuse. Clemson versus Georgia Tech. This is very difficult. This is a hard game, hard group to choose by. But give me Clemson to win that one. William and Mary versus Virginia. Give me Virginia. SMU versus Missouri State. Give me SMU. Richmond versus North Carolina. Give me North Carolina. Pitt versus West Virginia in the backyard brawl. If you saw the Big 12 video, again, I keep saying everyone should watch that. You guys should watch that. Pitt is winning the backyard brawl this year, and they're going to go 2 in a row. South Florida versus Miami. Give me Miami. Old Dominion versus Virginia Tech. Give me Virginia Tech. Duke versus Tulane. Dorian Mensa is going to face his old team. Give me Duke to actually win that one. Boston College versus Stanford. Give me good old Boston College. Minnesota versus Cal, and give me Minnesota to win that game. Moving on to week 4, we have Syracuse versus Clemson. Give me Clemson. NC State versus Duke. Give me Duke. Kent State versus Florida State. Easy win for Florida State. Temple versus Georgia Tech. Easy win by Georgia Tech. SMU versus TCU. Easy win by TCU. North Carolina versus Central Florida. Give me North Carolina. Florida versus Miami. Give me Florida to win that game. Stanford versus Virginia. Give me this is hard because I don't think any of these teams are good. Give me Stanford to actually win on an upset. I think it would be. Bowling Green versus Louisville. Wofford versus Virginia Tech. Watch out, Virginia Tech. Wofford's coming in town. No, Virginia Tech's gonna win. Cal versus San Diego State. Give me San Diego State to actually get the home win. Moving on to week number 5, we have Florida State versus Virginia. Give me good old, give me Virginia. Cal versus Boston College. Give me Boston College. Virginia Tech versus NC State. Give me Virginia Tech. Louisville versus Pitt. Give me Louisville. Duke versus Syracuse. Actually, give me Syracuse to win in the Dome. San Jose State versus Stanford. Give me San Jose State. Georgia Tech versus Wake Forest. The gold letter teams are facing off against each other. Give me Georgia Tech to win that game. This is a top-notch conference so far. Moving on, we have Miami versus Florida State. Give me Miami. Campbell versus NC State. Give me NC State. Boston College versus Pitt. Give me Pitt, actually. Syracuse versus SMU. I hate SMU, but I'm giving you the win against Syracuse. Duke versus Cal. Give me Duke. I just think Cal's terrible. Clemson versus North Carolina. North Carolina. Give me Clemson. Virginia versus Louisville. Give me Louisville. Wake Forest versus Virginia Tech. Interesting. Give me Wake Forest. Moving on, we have, again, I know this is very exciting of a video because this conference is just so exciting and very, very just interesting to everybody outside of the ACC. It's very fun, actually. So much, just so much depth, so much density in this conference. Just seriously, I can't, every time I think of the ACC and the density, I think like Clemson and Wake Forest, like right there, Wake Forest could do it any year, guys. Like I'm telling you, man, it's better than the Big 12, I swear. Clemson versus Boston College. Give me Clemson to win. Pitt versus Florida State. Give me Florida State to actually win that game. Virginia Tech versus Georgia Tech. Give me Georgia Tech. Stanford versus SMU. Easy win by Stanford. They're probably going to win. SMU. They're probably going to win by 50. North Carolina versus Notre Dame. North Carolina State versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to win. Good old Lucky the Leprechaun. Wake Forest versus Oregon State. Give me Oregon State to win that one. So far, Louisville, you're looking good, 5-0. Can you continue that? Nope! You cannot continue that. Miami's going to win at home. North Carolina versus Cal. Give me Cal to actually get the upset. On Bill Belichick's first year as coaching. Is he actually the coach? I don't know. UConn versus Boston College. Give me UConn, actually. Give me the upset for UConn. SMU versus Clemson. This is a big game, actually, for the conference. This is a big game. I'm going to go to Clemson, though, for this one. I think SMU would not be as good as they were last year. Georgia Tech versus Duke. Give me Georgia Tech to win that one. Pitt versus Syracuse. This is the battle of the mid, but give me Syracuse at home. Washington State versus Virginia. Give me Virginia. And Florida State versus Stanford. Stanford is this year's Florida State. Give me Florida State to win that one. Battle of the battle. This is a battle conference right here. Absolutely just top notch. Again, I have to continue saying this. Cal versus Virginia Tech. Give me Virginia Tech. Syracuse versus Georgia Tech. Give me Georgia Tech. Tech's going crazy right now. NC State versus Pitt. Give me, I think both these teams are mid. Give me Pitt. Stanford versus Miami. Miami is going to kill them by 60. Virginia versus North Carolina. North Carolina, so far, home teams are going crazy right now. Boston College versus Louisville. Interesting. Give me Louisville. SMU versus Wake Forest. Sadly, the home teams are not going to win every game this week. Give me SMU. Moving on, we have Week 10. North Carolina versus Syracuse. North Carolina is going to win that one. Notre Dame versus Boston College. Notre Dame, easy. Duke versus Clemson. Give me Clemson to win that one. Sorry, Dorian Mensah. Wake Forest versus Florida State. Florida State's going to win that one. Georgia Tech versus NC State. Give me Georgia Tech on the road to win that one. Miami versus SMU. Give me Miami on the road to win that one. Pitt versus Stanford. Give me Pitt to win that one. Virginia versus Cal. Give me Virginia to win that one. And Louisville versus Virginia Tech. I'm going to have Virginia Tech win at home in that game. That's a big game for Virginia. That's a big game for Virginia Tech and a bad loss for Louisville. Moving on, we have SMU versus Boston College. Give me SMU to win that one. Florida State versus Clemson. Give me Clemson to win that one relatively easily. Moving on, we have Syracuse versus Miami. I like Miami this year. Give me Miami to beat Syracuse. Stanford versus North Carolina. Give me North Carolina. Moving on, we have Wake Forest versus Virginia. Give me Virginia to win that one. So far, I like how this is looking so far. Cal versus Louisville. Give me Louisville. And Duke versus UConn. Give me Duke to win that one. Looking good, ACC. Wow, look at this. Clemson versus Louisville. Interesting game. Give me Louisville to win that one. Georgia Tech versus Boston College. Give me Georgia Tech. Virginia versus Duke in this battle of mid. Give me Duke to win that one. Virginia Tech versus Florida State. Give me Virginia Tech, actually. Notre Dame versus Pitt. It looks like they're counting Notre Dame as an ACC team. I guess if you would count them anywhere, it'd be here. Notre Dame. NC State versus Miami. Give me Miami. And North Carolina versus Wake Forest. I feel like they could definitely slip up here. Give me Wake Forest here on the road, at home to win that game. Moving on, we have Florida State versus NC State. This is difficult because I think Florida State will win that one. Furman versus Clemson. Give me Clemson in a random 1v1 against a 1v1 game in the middle of the season or at the end of the season against the Paladins. Pitt versus Georgia Tech. Give me Georgia Tech. As you can see, I like Georgia Tech a lot this year. Louisville versus SMU. Give me SMU to actually win that one. Cal versus Stanford. This is the battle of trash, but I'm going to pick Cal to win that one. Duke versus North Carolina. Give me good old North Carolina. Do I believe that? I don't know, man. I like Dorian Minson more than whoever North Carolina is trotting out there at quarterback. So give me Dorian Minson and the Duke Blue Devils to win that one. Miami versus Virginia Tech. Give me Miami to win that one. Delaware versus Wake Forest. Give me Wake Forest, even though I think Delaware is like very close to being a team that can make these upsets, but not this year. Syracuse versus Notre Dame. Give me Notre Dame to win that one. Good old Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Okay, yeah. Moving on, we have Georgia versus Georgia Tech. If you saw my SEC video, give me Georgia to win that one. Wake Forest versus Duke, give me Duke. North Carolina versus NC State, actually give me NC State to win this year. Miami versus Pitt, give me Miami to win that one. Boston College versus Syracuse, give me Syracuse. Notre Dame versus Stanford, easy. They're probably going to win by 70. SMU versus Cal, SMU, they're probably going to win by 80. Florida State versus Florida, give me Florida to win that one. Virginia Tech versus Virginia, this is another rivalry. Give me Virginia Tech. Kentucky versus Louisville, give me Louisville. Clemson versus South Carolina, give me Clemson to win that one. If this is how the games go, the ACC championship game would be Miami versus Clemson, with Georgia Tech and I guess SMU sitting right outside of it. So if you're any of these teams, you are going bowling this year. If you're a Miami fan, a Clemson fan, a Georgia Tech fan, an SMU fan, a Louisville fan, a Virginia Tech fan, a Duke fan, a Florida State fan, a Virginia fan, and a North Carolina fan, you guys are going bowling. And sadly, if you're an NC State fan, Wake Forest fan, Boston College fan, Cal fan, or Stanford fan, you are just going to have to wait for next year for maybe anything to happen for you. But in all reality, if you're a fan base of any of these teams in this conference, I'm sorry. I apologize. I seriously do. If I was in the ACC, if I was a fan of a team in ACC, I would also want to go to the SEC, Big 10, or Big 12. Honestly, I don't know, man. I apologize, and I sincerely feel bad for all you fan bases, except for SMU fans. Y'all can go to hell. Anyway, that's about it. If you like this video, press that subscribe button. Subscribe to Kumph-E'S Rambles. If you like this video, you'll like every other thing I post. So anyway, that's about it. TCU's winning the Natty. That's about it. See ya.